Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. The Irish Spaghetti Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please enjoy the show.
Born for greatness, but separated by birth, they have found each other once more. They will hunt, tracking game like a Cherokee Indian. No girls allowed. A complete rebuke of the feminine man paradigm. With great penis comes great responsibility. Look out, world. Real men are back. Total badasses. There will be guns. There will be violence. Step aside, John Wick. On December 7th, get ready for Irish Spaghetti. Eat shit and die.
Yes, yes. Oh, wait, I'm screaming.
I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Am I fucking this up?
No. I can cut anything, dude. This is all gonna be gold.
You could cancel me out in the background anyway, right? Okay.
This is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We're your hosts, Billy G, Nikki P. Nick, how are ya?
Pretty good, man.
What's
As
going
always,
on?
happy to be back.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Yes.
Here we go,
Episode
man.
32. We're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it. We're going to make it to 100 before you know it.
You know what, too? And I wanted to address something from episode 31. We were talking about it before the show. Listen, there was
Very controversial.
Yeah, very controversial episode. Listen, this is what we got to tell you guys, man. We keep things very lighthearted. We're not out there trying to get pissed off about none of this stuff. Even with the uncomfortable stuff that does seem to piss people off, we don't even try to go with that. We just like to call it how we see it. This is our truth. We're telling you what it is. Like we said,
That's all it is.
Yeah, we're open to any criticism. Anybody wants to come on and change something, and we're open to that too. And we get it. We may seem like oh well, I have a better understanding of this, or I know something about this. Hey, that's fine. Like we said before, though, we're Irish Spaghetti. That's all we're giving to you. That's all we know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, like I said before, let's keep it light. But again, we're going to talk about the stuff that makes you very, very uncomfortable. And then we could be talking about rocket ships that look like penises an hour later. You know what I mean? Like it's
That's exactly what it is.
We're not trying to keep it heavy or anything like that. We try to get away from all that bullshit because we see the tension out. The one thing that is true is we see the tension from everybody in every direction right now.
It's bottomless.
Yes, it's like ridiculous.
That's why we made the show to be a break from a lot of that stuff. Like, again, like we talk about all the current events and all that shit and what's going on in the news because we need it to help the algorithm so our stuff gets out there.
Yes.
There will come a time in the future where it's going to be 90% whatever we want to talk about. We're not even going to touch on this crap.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's a necessary evil. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, and you know what? And listen, man, that's our comment on it. That's our opinion, and we're not gonna run from it. We're not gonna tell you anything different. Like oh well, we're sorry or we're apologizing. About this. No. No, man, that's how we feel about it.
No, I'm not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not sorry at all.
And please, man, and if you don't agree, I mean, tell us go fuck ourselves, but still come back and watch, man. There's other stuff there that we want you here, whether things like that piss you off or not. We get it. We can be told fuck ourselves and we don't mind.
Yeah, if
That's
you don't like
totally
that,
fine.
if you don't like that topic, just wait 5 minutes. It'll
Exactly.
change. It'll
We'll be
change.
done with it. Oh my God, good Lord, we'll be done with it. And then we got into a slavery about 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So much
jump
stress
right
on that
back in.
episode. Yeah. No, but we just wanted to touch on that, man. We're not here to piss anybody off. Nobody in
dude.
Congress is listening to us. We're just there to say
Not-
what we feel.
not
That's
yet.
it. Yeah.
But
Not
people,
yet, at
people get
least.
mad, man. If you're a living human being and you have a collection of opinions and beliefs, someone's not going to like them.
Of course.
It is what it is. As soon as we fired this thing up, we knew that it was going to be what's the word? Polarizing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't please everybody, and that's just the way it is. If that's going to bother us and shut us down, we should have never started this in the first place. You got to have thick skin.
I remember I was telling him too. It's like, and we've always been this way. Like, I was laughing my ass off when I saw that, like the kind of response that episode was getting. I remember, if you ever worked in a restaurant, you know, there's like a slew of characters, and I was talking about black crime in America to some of the black cooks. And I remember we were having a conversation. I remember I was talking real, like, kind of loose, you know? And I looked over, and one of the black chefs looked at another one like, and like, you believe this
He's
white
like,
boy?
he has his knife out.
Dude, and I remember literally thinking in my head. By the way, P.S. for if anybody wants to know, like, you know, if you think I'm sitting here from my Ivy League sweater and talking from a Manchester, something like that, I was high as a kite when I was talking to these guys on God knows what. And I just remember sitting there and looking at him. And I remember I went and I told him he was working, and we were working together. And I ran around the corner. I was like, dude, I think I just messed up. Like, I think I just messed up. So high, racing. And I was like, man, I think I just pissed these guys off. And I swear to God, I remember I went back like 10 minutes later and tried to talk to them about like basketball or something.
You tried to smooth it.
Yes, dude, they were having it. Everybody was sweating bricks and stuff like that. But
They're all just sharpening their knives on that stick.
But he might watch Keith. Keith's a super logical dude.
Smart as fuck.
Yeah.
I like Keith, man.
And he wasn't the one who looked at the other guys. There was other guys there and stuff like that. But I always would get into race debates with Keith and stuff like that.
Well, Keith was open to having him too.
Exactly.
He was an intelligent guy.
And I'm telling you, that's what you need to get back to. You can't just shut something down that somebody says and don't want to have any dialogue whatsoever.
How are we going to learn how to understand each other if we
Exactly.
can't talk honestly about our beliefs and opinions and points of view? Like,
Yes.
That's pointless. It's
Yeah.
stupid. You have
Yeah.
to be able to talk.
There needs to be civil discourse.
And you can't be afraid to talk, man.
Yes, that's
Enough
another
of that
thing.
shit.
I think everybody wants to be so polite these days, but first of all, if you've ever seen a white person just kowtowing to you and that pisses you
It's
off,
dishonest.
yes, it's just disingenuous. Believe me, I'm the guy you want around. I'm the one that's willing to say it, and you could say something right back. We could go back and forth, and by the end of it, let's go out, let's have some drinks, smooth this
Guarantee
bullshit
you,
over.
if we can have those conversations without there leading to like violence or just absolute, like hate for the person, if you will,
Yeah.
we'll come to a better place by the end of it.
Oh, dude, guaranteed.
It's so knee jerk and it's so like reflexive just to call people names or to label them haters or you're racist or whatever the fuck it is. But like I said, like that's just a cop out for not actually taking responsibility and thinking and having the hard conversations. We got to be able to talk. Got to be able to talk, man. And we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm never going to shut the fuck up.
My buddy Eric, I mean, if this means anything, like if I might know, like it works with anybody. My buddy Eric, since a little kid, he's been an issue. He went to prison. He linked up with the A-Dubs, the Aryan Brotherhood and stuff like that. And he was cellies with this black dude that hated white people too.
Ooh.
And by the time he got out,
That's a script.
They were best friends.
Yeah, man. Of course, because
Yeah.
you spend time with
Yes.
people, you get to know them.
Two crazy ass down
Yeah,
ass
man.
dudes, and they were like really tight, and they couldn't hang out and stuff like that. But they wind up being like good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm telling you is, lock any two dudes up in a room, and you're gonna find some type of like, what would you call that? Like where they both
Common
have
ground.
common ground. Yeah, man, we're not that different when you put all your bullshit down. We're not that different. Nobody is. I mean, you might be separated by some cultural differences of things you eat and stuff like that. But I promise you, in the end, y'all got the same type of moms and families and stuff like that. It's what it is. But
Yeah,
I wanted to touch on that. I saw those comments in our comment section, and man,
even though like it may have made some people upset, thanks for watching and giving it a chance. And like we said, we're more than happy to have these discussions. I would have people on in long form and actually have these conversations live on the air. I wouldn't even give a shit. Let's do it.
No doubt. Let us know your information.
Yeah.
Come on. You tell us, and hell, if we're wrong, man, call us on it, and we'll open our eyes to it too. That's all we got to say. That's what I wanted to address.
But sit down and talk to me and have the hard conversation. Don't just point fingers and yell.
No name calling.
I understand that I'm putting myself on the line just by even saying it in the first place. I understand that it's going to be a threat to me at some point. I can get physically hurt at some point in the future. But I just got to tell the truth the way that I see it anyways. And I'm willing to have these conversations. So basically, I'm never going to take a knee to browbeating or fear or intimidation. If I see something, I'm going to believe it the way that I see it. I'm going to talk about it as such. Yeah. Not because I'm a piece of shit or a bad guy or whatever people are going to say, but because I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to learn and grow and absorb information and basically get a clear picture of reality. And you can't do that if you just accept beliefs and ideas just because you're afraid to challenge them. Yes. It's stupid. It's dumb.
What if we did invite some dude on and he had this master plan and he comes on and we're
I thought about this. He's going to stab me or shoot me on the show. Like the Joker. He's just like a pow.
We got him on Zoom and he stands up and pulls his wiener out and we get demonetized and deplatformed like immediately. And he's like, enjoy y'all's show. And then he just hangs up the phone.
He's just slamming it into his chest. He's just bringing it up and just smacking his chest with it.
And it's not like a slapping noise. It's like really hard. Oh, dude, that'd be so funny, man. Nah, but we had a big conversation about this before the episode. We're not looking to piss you off. We're not even looking to say controversial statements for the sake of saying it.
No.
We see something in the news, we talk about it, we give it what we feel about it, and that's it. We move on, man.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are conversations that are being had all across America in private homes between friends and family all the time.
And both sides of the aisle, too.
Both sides of the aisle. That's all.
And all of you say things that you wouldn't say in public. I promise it's true.
Oh, yeah.
Saying things in public, man. That'll get us into our next story.
Story number 1.
Yes. Listen, we don't try to be too political, too, but this was just too good to pass up. Donald Trump goes on town hall. CNN. First of all, you know exactly what CNN was trying to do there, man. They're like, let's bring him on. Let's ask him all the tough questions. And in the end, this guy will be begging to leave. They were trying to do a hatchet job, man. Yes, dude. And none of it worked. Oh, it felt so short.
Donald Trump should have been a writer for WWE, man.
He's fast, dude.
He's hilarious. Dude, the guy's quick as fuck. Dude, he really is, dude.
And you know what? I think this, honestly,
you can't take that away.
I think this break was good. I think he needed some rest. I think he's been getting some much needed rest
also,
and getting out of all the bullshit.
Back.
Yeah,
dude.
Man. Not every president gets to do that and then runs again and has just as much power as he did. You got Joe Biden literally being riddled with dementia more and more every day, and you got Donald Trump who by the time he left office, remember he always had that tired tone.
Yeah,
like he was like,
dude, he was.
I came back.
He's battered.
That's what I wanted. You know,
he was
and you're
stressed.
Like, damn, bro. Yeah,
he was exhausted.
You okay?
Dude, they put him through his paces, man. He was attacked for 4 years straight. It's exhausting. And his family, not even just him. Like that's tiresome.
And I think that his next run, I think when he does get elected again, I think he's going to get the love that he so deservingly needs. You know man. I mean?
Dude, he got done dirty. He got done so dirty. For a president to treat a president that way, it's pretty wild.
To have 95% of the media out there attacking your every move,
and then end up correct about like 98% of everything he said on the back end while he was getting persecuted.
The retractions were happening every single day, dude. It was bad, man.
Over half the shit they accused him of, they were actually doing themselves.
Yeah.
The Russian collusion.
Is Muhammad Ali still the most written about man, or has that been dethroned?
I don't know, but how did we get
Trump,
to that?
Because
now Trump's overtaking it.
Exactly, dude. He has to be the most written about guy, dude. For real. 4 solid years of nothing but the paper, the Post, the Times, him.
Every
single
media
story.
organization and outlet on the planet Earth.
Do you see where I'm getting at with that, though,
yes.
dude? Yeah, dude. Other countries writing about him, dude. Come on now.
That's actually a fair point.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey, walked right into that one, huh? But yeah, dude, he goes out in town hall, and like he said, they wanted to hatch a job, and this dude, bam, right from the hip. Bam!
Like Muhammad Ali.
Yes, like Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a...
They couldn't catch him.
Yes.
Man. What was the war one you were telling me, the question?
Oh, so okay, so
Oh, God. Gold.
so she wanted to like win like she wanted the bleeding hearts out there, right? So she looks at Donald Trump's face. She has her stupid little cue cards that every one of them were like said, "Fuck Donald Trump." Like that was all the cards said, right? And so she has her little cards and she goes, Mr. Trump, because she couldn't call him president.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, she goes, I have a question for you. She goes, who do you want to win in the war? Do you want Russia to win the war? Do you want Ukraine to lose the war? And Trump, right, he looks over there. And dude, honestly, I'm telling you this right now, man. I swear he had that 100-yard stare. He knew he had her. He goes, I don't think anybody wins a war because I just want people to stop killing each other on both sides. If I was president again, I would have that war done and over with today, less than 24 hours, right? Mic drop.
Drop
boom,
it.
See you, sweetheart, right? She looks her. I was making a joke with him and Johnny earlier, and I swear to God, her eyes like roll to the back of her head, and her like tongue falls out of her mouth, and you see her little earpiece, and you're like, dude, everybody just scrambling. Dude, I swear to God, it was so good, right? And Trump's sitting over there, and he had his hands together with that like cruiser thing. He's like.
Any more questions? Any more
Anything
tough
else,
questions?
sweetheart? Excuse me, pumpkin tits.
My answer.
Did you have another
tits.
question?
Yeah, that was what we were saying. We're like, also, you're a dog face. Also, you're fat. You're ugly.
Yeah.
No war.
But I told her, right? He doesn't.
I gave her an answer. It was the most perfect answer.
Oh, dude, I gave answers. They were so good.
Boy, was it
Best
perfect.
answers you could give.
Everyone in the crowd, they said, wow, what a perfect answer.
So, wow, it's a really good answer, Trump. Oh, man.
Maybe even the best answer.
And then,
Dude, the way he puts his shine on everything,
so
it's hilarious.
Dude, just like spit, polishes it up. I mean, honestly, man, he's what
might
would
be
you
the
call
greatest answer of all time.
Like the best salesman ever.
He's the greatest salesman
right?
ever.
Yeah,
Him
right?
and Jordan Belfort are
Dude,
the two best
unreal.
salesmen of all time, dude.
So he does all this. He murders it, right? So he walks out of there. Now, let me tell you something. This is the response. If it would have went according to plan, and they went in there because in their minds they got him against the ropes. That's how these people think. But they
had been strategizing and planning on this moment for months, if not years.
With writers, like real good writers, and they're writing questions tailor made to get him jammed up, right? You know, of course, like double-edged swords, like the Ukraine one. If he would have said Russia, they would have said Ukraine. If he would have said Ukraine, they would have said, then he doesn't. Why do you want war? It was just meant for him to die, right? So, anyways, if he would have looked like shit, people would have been praising the left, anyways. Would have been praising CNN right now. They would be like, "Yes, CNN,
they got him.
You got him.
They
We
got him.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen." Give him that like Barack Obama. We got him, ladies and gentlemen.
We got him.
You know. So they had that, but instead he wind up looking like the golden goose. So everybody's like losing their mind. Right, the right's all, yeah, they're a great time. So right now, one of the biggest hashtags on Twitter is boycott CNN. They're taking a page from our book. And they're boycotting CNN. Everybody's mad. You should have seen the meltdown. He showed me this clip of everybody losing it. AOC talking about discussing. But I'm telling you this right now. The Academy goes to Anderson Cooper.
Oh.
Anderson Cooper goes out and literally, like burn victims laying in the hospital, just starts massaging their wounds. He comes out and what was some of the stuff that he said? Like,
he was saying, like, one of my favorites was, we can't just listen to just one side of the opinions. All the shit that we've been saying for the last
exactly
5 years or whatever. All of a sudden now it's their philosophy as well.
Yeah.
And we can't just be in an echo chamber and listen to just our side's opinions, because that's how lies get spread. And if they don't go unchecked, so we have to show everything so we can challenge it. And I understand why you're outraged, and I understand why you're so mad. And you have every right not to watch our channel ever again if you want to.
Yeah. Which he did anyway, but let me tell you something. Nobody under the age of 30 even came close to watching that town hall, right? And this is how he spoke. You ready? He goes, I understand you're hurt. I understand you feel mad, you feel sad, you feel. It's like,
He goes-
dude,
he goes,
these are adults.
He goes, we had to listen to this liar wage war on democracy again.
Yes. Oh my goodness, dude. But he keeps winning, man.
He's waging war on democracy by exercising his freedom of speech right that is in the Constitution.
Yeah. That's what he did. He actually has a platform that actually says what he wants to say, which is like what amendment is that? Is that the first, right?
It's one of them. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'm not good at history.
First Amendment, right?
It's in there.
The right to free speech.
I
and
thought it
all
was
that.
the separation of church and state, like religious freedom was first. But I could
Well,
be wrong.
isn't the right to press, right?
I don't know. See, this is why we're not historians.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Just a couple of assholes.
Listen, give me a
that
time.
like to drink and smoke.
Give me a time machine. I'll go back. I'll talk to Jefferson and all those guys. But until then,
My boy Thomas.
exactly. You know, I only know the Second Amendment one because the guns. You know,
Oh yeah, because
they always
that's
spat it
been
out.
beaten into
Yeah,
the
'cause
ground for
every
20
gun-
years.
I'm a two-way guy. Yeah.
They called him Two Guns. What was it?
They call him-
Unforgiven.
Oh, dude, it was
Two
that
Guns.
Two Guns Tony or
Two
something
Guns
like
Tony.
that.
He's like, not because he had two guns.
Not because he carried two pistols, because he had a dick the size of longer than a Colt revolver, like this. Oh, and the only offense he ever did was put it in that girl that Bob was sweet on here. Oh, what a movie!
What was his English Bob?
English Bob?
English Bob. I just watched Unforgiven for the first time ever. the
Oh,
other
dude,
day.
what a movie!
Yeah, it's a
dude.
fun one, man.
Remember when he was rolling into town
Again, just
and
when
he
he-
puts his hand and he's like. To the
Dude, yeah,
Chinese
he was just
guys.
an
He's
instigator,
like,
man.
yeah,
He was a
dude,
piece of shit, that guy.
absolutely.
But when Gene Hackman beats the shit out of English Bob, if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it. It actually broke my heart because English Bob is like 152 years old. And we were talking about it, like when he first punches him, like this punch came from another state. Like dude, he knocks English Bob's old head clean off, dude. And then soccer ball kicks him in the face and continues to lay a public beating down this guy that would kill a young man, let alone an old man. And like 2 scenes later when he's leaving town, he's in the carriage and he's just like
all tired and shit.
he's all bruised and
Yeah.
cut up. He's just like shaking, dude.
And Gene Hackman, for those of you who don't know, is like a tight end, like a
He's
big
a big
defensive
guy.
back.
Yeah,
Big guy.
he's a big dude.
His fist is like a softball wrapped in bicycle chains. Okay?
It's like a medieval mace.
Yes, dude, it's giant.
He has a
dude.
chain on
and,
it, dude.
and he leans all the way down to like the wooden floors that they had in the Old West, right? He like scrapes his knuckles across the floor and comes up and just power punches this dude, this 90-year-old man right across the jaw, dude, just kicks the shit out of him.
Dude, he hit him so hard,
On
man.
Independence Day?
Yeah, you talking about the Queen again, English Bob?
It just so happened to be the 4th of July. Oh, dude, that was such a good movie, man.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, man. Amazing job, though. Bravo, Trump. Another beautiful performance. If they don't steal the election, I think you got a really good chance of doing this, man. You know?
They're gonna steal it.
They're going to steal it. In other news, though, man,
What did sorry, real quick. What did the one CNN anchor call him? She was like this bad stand-up comic or something. She called him like a bad stand-up comedian or some shit like that.
oh, yeah, because he was cracking jokes.
He's hilarious.
He's hilarious. He's the funniest president in history, and he doesn't even get credit for that.
He's super funny. You have to give him that shit.
Dude, yeah.
Shane Gillis does the best impressions of Trump, and he talks about how funny he is, and he really highlights it.
Yeah. And he did literally a skit of all things that Trump would actually say in real
Yes.
life. You know what I mean? It's like none of it was exaggerated. It was so funny, dude. It was so funny.
Your
man.
wife's ugly.
And he
I'm
would
just
say
saying
some
you
shit
have an
like
ugly
that.
wife.
And he would say shit like that, dude. He really would.
He's a monster. What
Another-
did he say? He was like, all these professional politicians weren't ready to debate someone with like the argument style of like a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
He was like, they would say like all kinds of like information and science and shit like that. And he would just go, wrong.
Wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong about that. That's stupid. Moving on.
Oh my God.
But you know what's funny is like that's why he's so appealing. And it's not stupid or in layman's terms. It's just they talk in circles. They can talk for an hour without saying anything. They've mastered that art of talking without saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
This guy puts it so plain and clear that it couldn't be perceived as anything
We'll say
else.
this. He's not mincing words.
Not at all.
There we go. Sorry, I had to fix the
Ooh,
headset.
it sounds beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Donald Trump's out there whooping some ass and people are really upset about it. And basically the show's going to start. The carnival is going to kick back into gear again. So
Yeah.
this should be very interesting over the next year or two.
So you got Trump going out there with the big old bullhorn, the giant hat, elephants around him doing everything like that.
Ringling Brothers.
And you got Joe shitting his pants in a clown costume, going out there going.
Did you see that Joe Biden announced he's going to run again?
Yeah, none of them want it.
I'm like, he could barely walk, let
Exactly,
alone run. Get
you know
out
what
of
I
here,
mean?
man.
Dude,
Stop.
I'm convinced that Kamala Harris is a drinker. Not because everyone's trying to guess what
She has an alcoholic swag about her.
She's always like, and I came out.
No, she is a drinker. She has it in the voice.
Yeah.
You could tell. Dude, I've been around so many alcoholics.
yeah,
Dude,
dude,
I'm
that's
drinking
what I'm
as we
saying.
speak, but I'm just saying, like in Vegas and just throughout my history and all that, I've known many alcoholics.
You see the mannerisms,
There's
right?
a twang in their voice, and it's unmistakable.
Yes,
it's
dude.
unmistakable. And
So-
she's like a Sutter Home white wine drinker too, like the shittiest like box wine
Barefoot,
Franzia, dude.
Barefoot,
Yeah. She
white
puts ice
Zinfandel.
cubes in it. Yeah.
Ew. And you know what's so funny?
She's all hammered. She's like, I'm the vice president.
Dude, yeah, but what I think it is, I think it's a combination of a couple things. One, she's a fucking idiot. Two, she's scared of the questions. Three, I think public speaking. So you put all that together, and only thing that's gonna there's no pill that you're gonna take that's gonna make you feel better about that. Go ahead, drop Xanax, drop Zoloft, and you're not gonna feel better.
You pour some pop-off vodka on top of that.
Yeah, you get some liquid courage, dude. You could go out there and at least get the speech done. I'm not saying it's gonna look done or look good, but you get the job done. So she's going out there, and I'm telling you, dude, it's like it literally is like the ramblings of a drunkard. Like she's going out there and she's going, my mom used to tell us.
She literally rambles and says nothing.
It says nothing.
Does she have a liquor license? A
liquor
license. Is she a dyke?
Listen,
Training day.
You got both pockets. You got one pocket in here. You got lint in here. You got your dick in the middle. Reach in between those. Pay the bill. Boom, baby. I butchered that line, but that was it. You
see this paper? This paper is 90% bullshit, but it entertains me.
Yes.
Dude, what a great monologue,
you won't allow
dude.
me to do. Oh, it's so
He's like, so
good.
entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story.
Boys, 4 boys, I never miss. You want? I'll hook your old lady up. He's like, can we please not talk about my wife? And he called him on his shit right there. He goes, see, that's your problem.
That shit's coming out of your eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Dude. Actually, he actually taught him a lot of very valuable lessons, even though he was planning to murder him at the end anyways, but he actually really hooked him up.
Dude, yeah,
with some really good street wisdom.
Yeah.
Take that ring off. He's like, learn up your Spanish.
I don't think there's a better school that he could have went to that day.
No.
If he wasn't intent, and by the way, he made a great rookie. If he wasn't intentionally trying to get him to take, and by the way, why didn't you just take the money, you schmuck, you honest shithead?
He did the right thing.
Yeah, I know. But
did the right thing.
listen, you want to fight the moral war while everybody else isn't? I don't know.
What you do is you pretend to play ball and then burn them on the back end when you're safe.
Listen,
that's what you do, man.
I can tell you this right now. If those guys are actually out there arresting those shitheads and stuff like that, and they're taking money on the back end,
dude, I didn't even care when he goes on his rant about his case file.
Yeah,
he's like, check my case file. He's like, whatever. He's like 172 callers. Blah blah blah. He's done way more good than bad. You know what I mean? He's a net positive. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, and and you know what? Only him's gonna knock down these really, really big drugs. And you could see the judges were in it, all these DAs are in it and stuff like that. I'm sorry, take the money. Take the money and go do some good. You can still, even if the machine is flawed, you could still do more damage from the inside.
Yeah.
And that's it. And now what? You're a snitch to your partners, you're a snitch to everybody on the force. I mean, what now?
What a great movie.
What a great movie.
Dude, what a movie. We're talking about this documentary.
Who is better? Did you like the black gangs or the Mexican gangs better?
I liked them both, but Smiley. I was just that was my dude because he's hilarious. He's like, that's for dogging me in the mouth in my own pad.
Oh, dude,
when he slaps the shit out of him, dude. Yeah, you have the right to shut the fuck up.
Oh my god,
dude, Smiley was dope, dude.
Dogging me in the mouth in my own pad.
Smiley was amazing.
Remember, he couldn't count, and he goes, "Is it all there?" She goes, "If you don't believe me, you can count it yourself."
She's like, stupid. That's the best, man.
Oh man, he was too good. You know that dude's Indian, right?
Smiley?
Yeah, Smiley is not Mexican.
What?
That dude is.
I love that guy.
Not only Indian, but
full on.
Like
Slumdog Millionaire.
Welcome, sir. Yeah, was
he played a great Mexican? No, I'm just saying that.
Yeah, no, he was amazing. You know, it's funny that rapper. You ever hear Mr. Capone, the essay rapper?
Mm-mm.
He's Saudi Arabian.
No shit.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Those dudes could.
Is that more marketable or like what?
I don't know, but he grew up in Compton, so he was Saudi Arabian. So he ran with the Mexican kids. He speaks Spanish. He does all that. So it's like kind of like walk like a duck, quack like a duck.
Well, like close enough.
They're
Basically.
fucking duck. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it is. But yeah, but Smiley's totally like Indian. Like
It's for
yeah.
dogging me in the mouth in my own pad.
He's
I love that
good.
shit, man.
Oh,
what a
that
great
was
scene.
So good, man.
I wanna
Nobody could have
see.
played that role.
He pulls
better,
the
too.
shower curtain. He's like, I want to see.
Hey Holmes, I want to see. Oh, it's so good, man. Basically, they're blowing some dude's head off, and he wanted to see like that thing just like decimate inside
Like
the
a
bathtub.
grapefruit, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah. And you know what's cool, man? It's like that whole Pulp Fiction, like that little story from the beginning of the movie came back tenfold.
Yeah.
And you know what? Smiley was like, even gangster till the end, right? He picks him. He's like, "We're cool, right?"
He's like, right?
He's like,
yeah, he's like, right?
Yeah,
you better
like,
say yes.
Exactly. Like, listen, bud.
He's like, right?
That bathtub's still
Yes, that
wide
shotgun,
open.
dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. And then you see Officer Hoyt on like the worst bus in Compton, just like driving on it like nothing mattered at that point.
Dude, that ass whooping he took at the end by Denzel Washington was monumental. Dude.
Yeah. Oh
what
my
what
God.
a whoop. What a whooping. Oh my God, dude, he beat his ass.
Two of the most formidable Bushes that happened that year. You had George Bush and the war in Iran, and you had Eva Mendes Bush
Oh.
in Training
Dude, that movie
Day.
made her famous. She was the super hot girl from Training Day when that movie came out, and then she became famous after that. But she was an 11 in her prime.
Do you think they asked her?
Does she still look good?
Dude, yes. Dude, you know who's dating her?
No.
Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
He's married to her.
Good for you,
Yes,
Ryan Reynolds.
Good for you.
Good
dude.
for you.
I think he got a good woman too. I think she's good.
Oh,
dude.
she's amazing,
Some tells
man.
me she's cool too.
The other guys?
Yeah, dude.
You come in here dressed like a hobo.
Yeah.
He's like, they can't all be first round picks.
I don't remember Tom Hanks getting poison ivy stuck up his ass. Way up there. Yeah, way up there.
She's like, I'm pregnant. Who did that to you? Who did that to you? Gators bitches best be using Jimmy's. Who did that to you? She's like,
get out. Get out.
I love that movie.
dude.
She's a big old broad and she likes to wield it.
Hey, the Russian chick walks by him. She gives him that look. He's like, why are you looking at him like that?
Oh, yeah. She's like, he's like, what is it with you and beautiful women? Christina. We're just quoting other guys.
Yeah, I know. Dude, we've been on that for a minute, dude. Okay, hold on. We better jump into our next story.
All right, fine. Next story.
Okay, so KSI, I believe right now, Nick?
Yeah.
Right now, they're
They're fighting tonight.
Fighting Joe Fournier. I mean, look, man, if you follow the YouTube circuit, great. I kind of find it interesting. I'm just happy to see boxing getting some attention. If that means anything, I enjoy
Dude,
boxing.
people are always saying how boxing's gonna die and it's outdated, blah blah. It's never gonna die. Boxing has been around since the dawn of time. It's like the oldest combat sport in the history of combat sports.
But
it's
it
not
does
going
need
anywhere.
a revamp.
It needs a revamp.
Yeah.
It needs
And new
breath of
yeah,
life, if you will. Yeah, for
exactly.
sure. But you know what? You know who does the best business is Eddie Hearn from DAZN.
Yeah.
He does the best business, man. He makes the better fights. He tries to get deals done. He gets blocked a lot of the time, but I like that guy, man. He's the future.
Well, you know what?
Also, if Dana White does get
That's
involved
what
in
I'm
boxing,
saying.
oh,
Dude.
stop traffic, man. It's going to be the shit.
Dude, I think Dana
we'll
White
get all the fights.
as much. First of all, he's my favorite like owner of any like business. He's my favorite businessman like in general.
Me too.
But what
Me
makes
too.
him so appealing is he's also a fan, and I think he's like, well, that's the fight everybody wants to see. That's the fight everybody wants. We need to get this fight. Everybody wants this fight. That's the problem with boxing is, dude, you how many years did you have to wait for Pac-Man and Floyd?
Dude, it
You
was
know what
like
I mean?
5 years
Yeah.
overdue.
Yeah, and you're like,
But that's
damn,
because
dude.
there's too many different promotional companies in boxing, and in UFC, it's just
Golden
UFC.
Boy and
I mean, you got
Mayweather
like
and-
Bellator, and they don't do crossover, but UFC is one banner, so they can
Yeah.
just be like, you're fighting. Tough shit.
Exactly.
But if you have a promotion company and you have Terrence Crawford and I have Top Rank and I have Errol Spence,
Yeah.
I can say, no, my guy's not fighting your guy. Now we have to fucking
There you
negotiate
go.
and argue and fight.
And it sucks.
And, like,
And it sucks.
But if
And
it's
it's
just
watered
you, you're like,
down.
you guys are fighting tomorrow.
See, and that's the problem. And this is what I was telling him too. What pisses me off is right now KSI is fighting Joe Fournier, which honestly, apparently Joe Fournier is a good fighter. I don't know anything about the guy. I know that KSI has been pretty successful from his fighting career, whatever you want to call that. Even though that weird head, he wears that bandana everywhere because that head is like honestly monstrous.
He's
It's
got
disgusting.
Tim Pool syndrome.
Dude, yeah, dude, and it looks bad. Dude, honestly, imagine aging just like Tim Pool. Imagine aging 30 years just from taking your bandana off. You know,
your face gets wrinkled as you take it off.
and he always does that laugh. He's always like, oh, like that crazy
Dude, that
laugh.
shit drives me nuts.
When he takes his bandana off, he never laughs like that.
Are you serious? He's insecure.
Yes, he does not have the confidence
He's
to laugh
insecure.
like that. Yes,
that laugh
exactly.
drives me nuts, dude.
Dude, and it's dumb. And you know what? You know why he laughs like that?
No.
Because it's fun on TikTok. Because people hear that. Like, do you ever see that girl that talks about fat people? She's the black chick that talks about fat people on TikTok, and she goes, like, and
so it's like a hook.
It's like, yeah, you don't laugh like that. Stop it.
Nobody laughs like this.
If I tickled your big fat ass right now, I took my fingers and I rubbed it around and I actually made you laugh, you're gonna go, and you're gonna be laughing like that or something. You don't go.
It's all deep.
Yeah, it's fake. You're laughing like some Tokyo, anime girl, and it's a lie. And I hate it. And KSI's doing the same thing. Like, stop, dude. What is that, a catchphrase?
I've never watched a lot of his stuff
laugh?
though. I mean, he's got to be somewhat charismatic if he's that popular.
He is. He's also like one of the biggest London rappers.
Oh no shit.
Yes.
Oh, so he's got some talent.
Look,
He's successful. We'll just say he's
yes.
successful.
Let's not. Listen, you don't need talent to be successful
Take
in
it
today's day
easy.
and age. You
Take
know what
it
I mean?
easy.
One of his songs, I listened to one of his songs, and he was
I'm gonna do my own laugh
You got one down
from
too.
now on. Yeah.
Nick's catch laugh. Hey, dude, when you close us out, do that at the end. You got it. Dude, you did that so natural. I loved it. Oh, that throat is so good.
It stinks.
I'm listening to him, and of course, there's white London rappers, right? Like, of course, right?
Mm-hmm.
But KSI, so he gets on there, and he's with some white dude that he raps like one of his housemates or whatever, one of his flatmates, and he gets on there, and he's like, you are the black one, I am the black one, you are the white one. They see me with the gun, they're scared. It's like, first of all, dickhead, you don't have a gun. You live in London, stupid. Second of all,
It's illegal.
Second of all, you're ghetto. I can buy $900 shoes in right now. So shut up. Stop it. God.
Cut the shit.
Cut the shit. Everybody takes that American way of life and think that they live it. It's
Dude,
weird.
I'll say this: like, love us or hate us. This is all real.
Yes.
It's all real.
Exactly.
We don't have characters. Like, we don't have characters. I don't have outfits that I wear to like present myself as a certain way. I don't have any shtick.
Now
It's
do the
just-
laugh.
Again, like if you if you met us at a bar, like we always say, this is what you're gonna get,
Same
man.
shit, dude.
It
We
is
used
what
to
it
work
is.
like this. People got this for free. Not that anybody's paying for it now anyway, but people got this for free every day. And the only thing they could think to tell us was to shut up. We're gonna get famous from this now.
I was gonna keep. We missed the high five.
Woo! But
You gotta freeze it. You
Yeah.
gotta-
Oh, you got
it's gotta stay for a sec.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
No, but so you're right. KSI, he is. There's a draw to him. People like him. You know what
Like
I
I
mean?
said, I know almost nothing about him. If I watched his stuff, maybe I'd like him. So I'm not gonna talk too much shit because I
Yeah.
really don't know him.
But he's got the YouTube belt.
I just
right?
know that laugh.
He's got the YouTube belt, right? But here's what's driving me nuts, okay? This is the biggest problem with boxing. Again, like you said, probably different promotions both of these guys are in, okay? If Jake Paul was going to fight another YouTuber or another UFC guy, why did he fight him? Why?
Well, that's a good question. He
You know
should
what I
fight
mean?
him.
Yeah.
They
Or-
should fight each other, or he should fight Tommy Fury
or
again.
just a boxer. He doesn't even need to fight Tommy Fury again. Work your way up. Get your confidence back. But fight boxers. You're completely
It's
and
time.
utterly
It's
welcome
time.
into. He could join boxing like nothing, right?
Well, let's do this. We'll let him fight Nate Diaz, and then we'll see what he does next. If he does another one of these fights, I'm tapped out. That's it.
Yeah.
I'll give him Nate Diaz because at least Nate Diaz is a dog. Like, he's a real fighter.
Yeah.
He's a tough
I
bastard.
love Nate so much. He's acting really weird lately. Have you seen the press
Dude, he's
conferences?
punch drunk.
Is
out
that
of his
what's going
mind.
on, dude?
Yes.
We're talking some.
He has a massive CTE.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no!
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's half retarded at this point in time. He's barely there.
Is that cute tough guy disease? Oh no,
had to put
he's
that
brain dead.
together.
Okay.
He's got Joe Biden syndrome. It's the worst laugh ever,
Killing me
too.
with that laugh.
laugh stinks.
Oh, dude, that is too funny, man. But all right. So you know what, man? Listen, you're the boxing guy for sure. So you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. We should give him Nate. At least give him Nate. He's gonna get destroyed, But fine, okay.
I
whatever.
think so. I think Nate Diaz is gonna. I think he's gonna finish that CTE off in this fight, dude.
Dude, yeah.
Nate Diaz, for as dope as he is, and he is tough and all that, blah blah blah. But he's there to be hit.
Yeah.
And he's getting hit by a guy who has thunderous power, who's a natural cruiserweight, hit like he's never been hit before.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be a boxing punch.
Even
right?
Conor McGregor, like he has a tremendous punch too, and he knocked Nate down a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But he's naturally the smaller guy. He's
And he
fighting a guy
ate those, yeah.
who's naturally bigger and has a nuclear bomb for a right hand, dude.
Can I ask you a question? I always see Jake standing next to Logan, so he always appears
Logan's
like
a
the
monster,
literal
dude, because
brother,
he's
right?
Logan's huge.
But Jake's a big
He's
guy,
big,
right?
dude. He's a big boy. He's a big corn-fed Nebraska
That's what I'm
boy, or
saying.
whatever it is.
Dude, they were
Wherever
wrestlers in
dude,
high school.
He's a big boy. He's thick and he's strong, very strong.
You know who they remind me of? The Hughes brothers. Like Matt Hughes was born in Ohio, and and the mom said that their brothers would fight every single day. They were always mad at each other, and they'd get home, and the mom and dad were like, "Well, then you guys need to wrestle," and they would put the couches back, and Matt Hughes was wrestling every day. By the time he got to high school and was doing it competitively, people were like, what is this? Yeah. Like, what is this machine? This little boy's been doing it his whole life with like a brother that wanted to hurt him bad. They hated each other.
Right.
Yeah. So by the time
it was like John Jones and his brothers.
Exactly.
Like,
and
these tremendous world-class athletes living in the same house, testing each other, iron sharpening iron every day.
Yes, and you might not like it, but Logan and Jake Paul are both world-class athletes. Those boys,
they're extremely
those boys
athletic,
are
dude. Yeah.
Strong. They're fast.
They got gifts.
Yes, they're gifted.
Yeah.
They really are. They took a different avenue, but I promise you, one of them would have been playing for the Bengals or some dumb
Dude,
shit
you
or
saw
something
Logan
like that.
Paul do a WWE or whatever it was?
Yeah,
he
he was great.
He was amazing.
Yes.
That takes a shit ton of athleticism, man. It's not just strength.
You know who was in the prime costume, right?
No.
KSI.
Are you for real?
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
That's hilarious.
Like
So they're
tied in.
boys.
And KSI literally smoked the shit out of Logan Paul. How, I don't know.
Well, Logan Paul's not a good boxer.
No.
He's physically strong. He's a good wrestler. He's athletic, but he has no power. He doesn't have any good technique on his punches. Like, he's very sloppy.
It's kind of funny that
he sweeps everything. He doesn't sound. That's why Jake Paul, when he hits, he has concussive power.
Yeah.
So his is like, it's like kapow, like a whip. Wham. So he catches you on the end of his punch. Logan does a lot of pushing.
Nate Diaz might get really hurt in this fight.
He's going to get killed.
When they stand next to each other, are they like the same height and all that?
Similar heights, but it's
Because
not.
that's one thing I've always noticed with Nate and Nick Diaz. Every time they fight somebody, they're always like kind of towering
Dude,
over their
they're
opponent.
similar
They might be.
heights,
Oh no!
But it's not the same.
No,
You
but
can
I'm
tell.
saying like they're always towering over their opponents.
Yeah.
They lose a lot of weight and
Yes.
then beef up in one night. That's like the game plan.
He's fighting a guy that's naturally bigger than him everywhere.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah, it's going to be wild. I mean, but Nate Diaz could pull it off, though. I'm not going to write him off. That's for sure. I never write off Nate Diaz. Dude, those zombies, man, they can just take endless punishment. They're always pressuring in their gas tanks. So,
Nah, but you're right, man. I think in the end, I think
if I was
the CT's gonna win,
dude,
That sucks.
that's already going to win anyways.
Yeah.
But,
So he might as well take the money with it too. Huh?
You might as well. If I was Jake Paul, what I would do is I would look to just establish my jab and just keep on the outside and land like 2 or 3 big punches around and just keep it there. Because Jake Paul does not have the gas tank that Nate Diaz has, but you have to keep him off of you and you want to do damage in between. Go to the body early.
Yeah.
Get the counter right hand working for you.
Okay.
Keep him on the end of your jab and stay away from him. That's it.
And then by rounds
That's it.
8 and 10,
Dude,
this dude's gonna
if
be
he-
gassed out and he's just fucking go in for the kill.
If Jake Paul invests in the body work early on, he will get him out of there by the 8th, 9th round. For sure.
Dude,
For sure.
You know what, man? When
The
we're-
ref will stop it if Nate doesn't get knocked out.
I think when me and you
Which I'm not even sure you can knock Nate out.
are famous, like real famous, and we're like bringing on like celebrity guests and stuff, I think 10 years from now we're gonna bring on Nate and we're gonna be all excited, and he's gonna come on, he's gonna and he's gonna have like some interpreter.
Dude, you
Is
know what
that
that reminds
bad?
me? No, it's not bad because, all right, so when I worked at Besso, Evander Holyfield would come in the steakhouse all the time.
Yeah.
He has like his entourage with him.
Yeah.
Dude, that motherfucker can't speak English anymore.
No.
He'd be sitting at the table like talking. He'd be like, blah, 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 and they'd be like, "That's right, champ."
Yeah, yes, man.
Yeah. You could literally not. I was there. Like I was right next to his table. I would literally like serve his table and shit. You can't understand a word he says. It's crazy.
Dude, a lot of
He's
them,
like,
boxing's sad in that regard. There's a lot of them end up like that. Joe Frazier, by the end of it,
He makes Sylvester Stallone seem articulate.
yeah. Ain't that funny that Sylvester Stallone wasn't actually taking those punches, but still got more CT than any of those guys?
That's all he does.
Dude, you know what? And you know it's messed up. Matt Hughes, who doesn't have CTE, but you remember what happened to him, right?
No.
Dude, that fool retired. He's both in the Hall of Fame of wrestling and UFC. That dude was a monster. I remember him beating GSP, and you're like, but GSP was only 23 at the time. But anyways,
still,
Matt Hughes retires. He's got a lot of money. He was like he one of the pioneers of the sport. Built sport. Dana White took very good care of him because he really loved that guy. Took very good. Had a nice severance package. Thank you for all the work you've done here. Everything. He started his farm in Ohio. Big money, big truck. He had like lots put away, bought a lot of livestock and stuff like that. Was driving home and got hit by a train.
What? Are you serious?
It just sounds so cliche. I don't mean to laugh at the guy. I really love him, and it's a really sad and tragic story.
I'm laughing
How the fuck did you get hit by a fucking train? Dude. So.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. So,
oh my God.
KSI's there. He's like,
You take his hat off. He's like,
I got your hat.
I got your hat. Dude, so he gets hit by a train, and now
Nate Diaz is about to get hit by a train
dude,
too.
yeah, but dig this, like he was in a coma for like a month or two, and now when he talks, he's literally had no problems coming out of retirement, survived, right? All that, no problems, no issues. Now, through no fault of his own or no fault of fighting, he's like, you know what I mean?
God.
Yeah, dude. And it has nothing to do with fighting.
That's
this
a
is the
shame.
first time. Yeah. Imagine beating that to come back and have.
Dude, that's a shame. Oh my God. Oh my God. He beat the odds by an astronomical mile.
Yes.
And then didn't beat the odds
Dude,
by an
and he had some
astronomical mile.
brutal fights,
Let me put it this
too.
way. I think that people getting hit by trains maybe happens once every 37
Yes.
years. It's like getting struck by lightning, but
Yes.
even worse because lightning comes out of nowhere.
Dude, and
a train you could see down the distance.
Dude, I'm telling you this right. It's only a mile and a half long. Listen,
Wait, how did he get hit by a train? Was he
dude,
trying
he
to
was
like?
trying to beat it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you know what's
that's
funny?
it's the only way to get hit by a train.
And what's fucked up is that people all the time, because trains seem deceptively
He tried
slow.
to do a double leg on the train.
Yeah.
He's like, I can get it.
Yeah.
I could derail this train with my
Dude,
sheer
it literally
tyranny of will.
a train couldn't stop this guy, but it did a pretty good job.
It slowed him down. It
Dude,
slowed
it's
him
so
down.
bad, dude. Yeah, Robbie Lawler said some shit like that, like something along the lines. Listen, I could say it because I'm a piece of shit. Robbie Lawler said some stuff like that while he was in the UFC, and they were mad. People were mad.
Dude, what are you mad at? Like, do you understand that if you have a stable of fighters, these are savage-natured people that are only domesticated because we have a coliseum that is the octagon.
Yeah.
And if they weren't out there, they'd be cutting heads off and like murdering villages and stealing their livestock.
Look what
and
happens
shit.
when they're left
These
to
guys,
their own devices. Look at John War Machine
dude,
Kaepernick.
people don't understand that it's like they don't just have that thing in the ring. They live with this warlike thing, this spirit that's in them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard.
Yeah, it's a warrior spirit.
Dude, it's nuts, man. They're savage animals. So when they talk some shit, you don't mind if he beats someone half to death with his bare hands in front of you, but if he says a few words, if he says that's so indicative of our time, man.
Yeah, that mirrors our time so much. They want class everywhere, but except
for while he's pummeling a guy within an inch of his life in front of a live audience.
Dude, he was so strong too, dude. Like that.
Robbie Lawler was a monster.
Yeah.
I loved him, man. He was a great fighter. I felt so bad when Ben Askren beat him.
Yeah, what a guy to get beat by too. What a sad thing, man. You know what's funny is like it's usually these like to me, Chris Weidman's the same thing. I don't think Chris Weidman was ever like Mr. Oh my God, he's gonna be one of the greatest ever. And he stopped Anderson Silva of all people, dude.
That's fighting.
He deserved better. Yeah,
dude, that's fighting. Dude, anytime you get in there with anyone, anything can happen. You have to take every opponent serious. It's not a game.
Yeah.
It's fighting, man. It's chaos.
Yeah. And
it's literally
this
chaos.
dude hasn't been training, putting ridiculous, whether he was ever going to be one of the GOATs or not. He wasn't doing, jumping jacks the last 3 months. This guy was looking to murder you, right?
I'm taking yours now.
All good. Question.
It's harsh.
We talked about him earlier. Lennox Lewis was kind of like the guy who put the nails in Tyson's coffin, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
Was he
Yeah, he put the nail in Tyson's head.
Yeah, but was he?
Ugh.
Is he one of the greatest?
Yes.
Okay, so at least he got checked out by a real warrior.
I
like that.
resisted it for a long time for some reason. I don't know why.
Because you love Tyson. Everybody.
Well, it
does.
wasn't that. It was that Lennox Lewis at the time, before we have like, these giant heavyweights, he was like way bigger than a lot of the people that he fought, and it seemed like a lot of it was because of that. But now going back and watching him, no, he was remarkable. He's a marvelous fighter. He's amazing.
Like his IQ was like
he's amazing.
ridiculous.
Dude, he's
or what?
so good.
What about Holyfield?
Holyfield was great, but I think he was overrated. He was great because he was durable and he was a very, very, very dirty fighter.
Yeah.
He was not the best fighter. He was just crazy. He was a tank, dude.
What about Tommy
Morrison?
Yeah.
Tommy Morrison was a beast. You do not want to fight Tommy Morrison. Dude, he was an absolute dangerous animal, a terrifying
I need you guys
human
to
being.
know this. Like, listen, whatever you want. Listen, you're going to be proud for anything anybody does. I love seeing some white guy just coming through, just burning through the ranks, just killing everybody.
He was
I'm sorry,
people.
I did.
He hit so fucking hard.
Why
dude.
was he such a beast, though, dude? Was it that, like, what was
Dude,
in him?
it's a variety of things. A lot of it has to do, obviously, with your technique. If you're born with natural power,
Yes.
but a lot of it is your body's frame,
Yeah.
and how you use it. Like you see Deontay Wilder, he's got the strongest straight right hand that's ever been delivered.
Ever.
But he also has that wiry frame, just like Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
Very similar. So those guys, you don't see them like dropping people with hooks. Guys that are stocky and wide like that, you see that crazy hook power. Like Tommy Morrison had that shovel hook, was nasty, dude, disgusting.
Like their tendons in their
Same thing with
arms
Mike Tyson.
snaps back. Yeah,
dude, he had that. He was built to twist and like just to torque.
That's why he would throw his whole body into every punch.
He was
and
a
they just
jackhammer.
die.
He was
yeah.
a jack. Do
Yeah.
you know that they made special heavy bags for Mike Tyson?
Yeah, didn't he completely reinvent the sport, kind of?
Dude,
like,
he would hit heavy bags and he would break heavy bags.
Like when
He
somebody
would
has
break them open.
Yeah, when somebody has that big of an impact on the sport, like Shaquille O'Neal,
Yeah.
they widen the paint like by an extra 2 feet because if all he wanted to do was stand there and go,
Oh, he could have just blocked.
he could have just walked. He just went there. So they widened it by an extra 2 feet so people could get around Shaq and get in. So that was the impact that Shaq had on basketball.
Yeah.
Look at Mike Tyson. They're like, listen, these guys are getting stronger every day.
Yeah.
We need new equipment. They're like, that's
Well,
it.
just for him.
You know,
When you see him hitting that, he has this giant. The heavy bag is like the radius. Sorry, the radius is like super wide. It's because he was blasting through heavy bags so much they had to create a reinforcement. When Dana White said he would see Mike Tyson training and hitting the bag, and he goes, "You can't possibly imagine the amount of force this guy was putting out unless you were there in person."
Yeah.
He's like, we would be in the gym and he
It'd
would be
sound like
hitting
gunshots?
it would sound like bombs going off. It was insanity.
I love him
Insanity.
so much. I love Mike so much.
He's
dude.
like, I'm pushing my knuckle in the tight leather glove so I can feel my knuckles.
He's so great, man.
Oh, he's great.
One of the greatest pictures is when Customato, he was holding Mike Tyson's shoulders,
Dude.
and Mike had that 1950s Jake LaMotta, Jack Dempsey stance. He's like,
Yes,
oh, it
dude.
was
Oh,
so
amazing.
good. Oh my god, it was so.
He
good.
trained a nuclear warhead
Yeah.
with a brain.
Yeah.
That guy was crazy, dude. Another fight that's coming up too is Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. That's
You've
gonna-
been waiting for that,
I
man.
cannot wait for this fight, man. I can't wait.
I got Haney only because I had
Everyone has Haney.
only because I know who Haney is now. I looked into him.
He's good.
He's good. He's a good fighter.
He's
He's
an extremely good
Yeah.
fighter. I don't care for his style too much.
You kept bringing him up, and I had to look him up.
Dude,
I
he's
don't
good.
wanna-
He's
you know,
extremely
yeah.
good, but he's also a simple fighter. Like he works only off his jab. He's
Yeah.
good at middle and long range. He's not good up close. I think that people are writing Lomachenko off too early, and I think that honestly, I think Lomachenko has a really good chance of winning that fight.
It's a good matchup for him.
Yeah, Lomachenko's great at closing distance. He's an outstanding inside fighter. He's always at weird angles, so he's going to be able to close distance really fast. Haney does not know what to do on the inside, really. If he can't tie him up, if he can't tie Lomachenko up, he might get knocked out.
It's over. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
And Lomachenko has that power.
Yeah.
When's
He
that?
has enough. Yeah, he has
We
enough.
need to see another fight. We didn't get the last one. We got to see another fight.
I watched the Caleb Plant Benavidez fight.
How'd it go?
Incredible. What a fight.
Yeah.
What a fight. That was worth all the money.
Did it go the distance?
He got stopped. Caleb Plant got stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the next
If
one?
I'm not mistaken. I watched it. I was drunk though.
What's the next
Wait, it
one
was
we
great.
got to say?
He got actually
Let's
no,
watch
he
Devin
did. Yeah,
Haney.
no, Caleb Plant got stopped. Huh?
We got to do Devin Haney. I
would
let's watch,
love
let's
to
do
see
the-
that
Let's
fight,
see that
dude.
fight. Is it pay per view? Is it going
It's
to
going
be
to be pay per view. We need
Okay,
to watch
we
it.
gotta
It's
watch
May,
that.
I think 21st or 20th.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Yeah,
No doubt.
I think it's the 20th.
Okay. What do we got?
What else
man?
do we got?
I got another
William?
story. You
Let's
want to
do
go
it.
into
Let's-
it?
yeah,
All
why
right,
not?
let's do it, man.
Well, yeah, dude, we're good. We're good.
I did. We were doing different. We were kind of like messing around with different like lengths of
frames.
episode and stuff like that. We kind of settled on the 120, but it was never like written in stone.
It just seems to be that around that time we gas out, and
Yeah.
up until then we have plenty to say. But we did like a 45-minute episode a couple episodes back, and it did really well. So we were kind of wondering if maybe the shorter time was
Yeah.
more attractive to new people coming in and watching the show.
And that span, because sometimes when you see a really long thing, you don't really want to watch it, because you get invested.
Yeah.
So like, do I have the time to do this? But you know what? Gassing out, but that's if we don't have the stories. I noticed when we do have stories, dude, we could like,
Dude, it goes on for an eternity.
Dude, and
especially also depending on the mood we're in that day and like how we're
Exactly.
feeling and everything like
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
But man, we want to thank all you guys too for
Yes.
sticking with us. Dude, that's
we
crazy,
appreciate it, man. We have a long road to go down. We're never going to stop doing this. So
Yeah.
hang tight. We're going to keep
We're
building
just
out the show.
starting, man. This
We're
is
going
it.
back to work next month at some point in time. So we're going to reinvest in a lot of new equipment. We're going to get a third chair.
Yeah.
We're going to do sketches. Like we have all kinds of shit planned. It's going to be fun.
we got
We're
our
going to have a
dude-
good time, guys. Come have a good time
Yeah,
with us.
we got our dude Tech Death Hippie. He's
Ah,
like the
our
jumping
boy,
off
dude.
point. That's
Dude,
our
we got to
boy,
get in
dude.
touch with him. I
Yeah.
got to get his number again because I lost it in the email somewhere. But yeah,
Dude, isn't that cool, man? That
It's
we've been
so cool.
supporters of the show.
appreciate it.
Nick, man, we were kind of going over this earlier. We always go over things. I keep reiterating that. But Linda Yarcano, or Yukino, however you pronounce her name, is going to be the new CEO of Twitter. I think Elon Musk is stepping down. I mean, what does that mean to step down, though? Like,
Stepping down means you're not taking a lead active role in the day-to-day performance of the business.
and that's it, though.
He
But
still owns
you
the
still
company.
Gets a call, right? 51% of the shares. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
no, he still
right?
owns the company. He's not selling his shares or his stake or anything like that. It would be like if I opened a business and then built it up, whatever, and then I hired you to run it and I just retired.
This girl's-
But I'll check in from time to time.
This girl's very good looking and very intelligent, and I think she's this. What everybody's saying. See, I don't want to write her off. I seen a lot of concern on Twitter, like, oh no, here we go. Whoa,
No.
slow down.
You have to immediately keep in mind that it's Elon Musk that's handpicking her.
Yes.
So even though it might look like X or Y, I'm sure that he's done his due diligence and he's actually picking someone who is qualified and capable.
Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest Elon Musk fan, but he is smart and he is competent in a lot of ways, even though
that
this shit bothers
that
me. But
those Aspergers that he eats every day weigh heavy on that mind. If you don't think that's this decision that he's made is not 100% methodical and calculated, then you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it is good to have somebody from both. Listen, we've said this a million times. I don't want to see a strictly conservative world. I hate that. I hate the thought of it. I saw that for a second and it was kind of depressing. I saw them put parental advisory stickers on CDs and I saw them censor your music and I seen everything get way too crazy and I seen them push back on stuff. But what we're seeing now is just so much worse. So I sound like some weird right-wing thing. I don't want to see either. I want to see people live
want
their
it all
lives.
gone. I don't want to
Yes.
have parties.
Break that sucker down. We're
Fuck
all American.
Democrats and
Yes.
Republican, and this is my banner, and this is yours, and this is what we believe, and this is what they believe, and blah. Why is it all like predetermined?
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all. Everything should just be, hey, I'm this guy who's running for president. This is what I think and I believe. These are the policies I want to have, and have no banner. There should be no banners. This Democrat Republican shit, it's inherently divisive.
You know what? I think that
It's inherently divisive.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
and it does. You're absolutely right. It sets everybody apart. I want to do
Stupid.
I got an experiment that I want to run. I want to get a bunch of people, and I don't want anybody to say what they are. I want to mix them up in a big room, and instead of like saying like, well, what are your issues? What are your? I want to put an issue on the board and say, is this stupid?
That's
and
it.
I guarantee you that when nobody knows who they're supposedly against or whatever, they'll go, yeah, like we can universally agree that's
And then you
stupid,
go,
right?
aha, Democrat.
See,
Aha,
you got that.
Republican.
Yeah, and just keep getting them, and then look at all of them and say, you're more like you think. You're more like you think. You know what I mean? Does that make
Why?
sense?
Yeah, we're more like each other than we realize.
Dude, you're killing me with that laugh. I keep thinking of you doing.
This is my new laugh now. That's what I do.
Dude, I mean it. You know how I'm the TikTok guy?
Yes.
Dude, there's a million of them, and you made one up like that.
I just
It's
did
so good.
the dumbest thing I could possibly think
Dude,
of.
I'm gonna
the
say-
most obnoxious.
Homie, I gotta send you the girl that does it.
Can you give me a montage of,
Yes,
of laughs?
yes,
A laugh
they
montage?
all got one. like, dude, and it's so forced. It's so stupid. And TikTok kids are going, and dude, you know what? go in the comment sections and people are saying things like, dude, along the lines of, her laugh is everything. Yeah, her laugh is everything wrong with everything.
With everything.
Yes, exactly. It's disingenuous. It's a lie. She doesn't laugh like that. She doesn't. Oh,
dude, everything is so staged now. It's unbelievable. There's no authenticity, and that's why we're gonna bring it back.
Exactly.
Authentic. Love it or hate it, it's gonna be authentic.
Like it or leave it, Tommy. Like it or leave it. It's America.
Like
it or leave it. Remember Born on the 4th of July?
No.
Oh, dude. Oh, all right. Well, another one you gotta watch it. I can't. You gotta see it.
Dude, I've been knocking movies off my list.
Dude,
like
come
crazy,
on, you've
man.
been murdering good ones.
Hell
too.
yeah, man.
Next one's Interstellar, homie. You gotta see
Interstellar.
That.
I've been on a space kick lately.
Yeah.
I watched Gravity the other day.
Amazing. No. Oh wait, Sandra Bullock. No,
dude,
I'm sorry.
it was. You know what though? I gave it a chance because number one, it looked visually stunning, and like, all right, so you see this giant TV behind you in this loft with the backlight and everything like that. Like, this is like the best movie room ever. It's just an experience. So every time I watch a movie out here, it has to be like visually stunning, like 300 or Watchmen or some shit like this. So Gravity, I'm like, perfect. It fits the bill for like the loft. Dim the lights. I got high as shit. Got some tiramisu. Getting ready, right? Put it on. Visually stunning, an interesting concept, but the dialogue was garbage and it was hokey. Like the way the story was clunky and stupid and forced, and it was just obvious. There was a clear formula they were using.
Dude, I don't want to see.
Didn't like it.
I don't want to see George Clooney be boring in space.
Dude,
I don't want to see
love George
be
Clooney, man.
Me too, dude. But honestly,
It didn't help.
But
he
dude,
didn't help the movie.
Dude, I love George Clooney in the movies I like him in. But when listen, I'm telling you right now, I've seen actors I like in shitty movies and I still like them.
Sure.
George Clooney in shitty movies is awful, dude. Awful. The American. Dude.
The American.
Oh, God, dude. Dude. But I like George Clooney. I really do.
I love it. He's dapper, bro.
But I'm telling you this right now. When a movie is bad and he happens to be in it, he does nothing to help it. He doesn't, dude. You know what I mean?
But you know what, though? I gave the movie a chance because it's kind of a survival type movie, and Sandra Bullock was great in Bird Box.
Yeah.
So I thought it would translate. She did such a good job. And
I love Sandra Bullock.
But it's not her fault. Through no fault of her own, they made her character retarded, basically. Like, she can't handle anything. She can't do anything. She doesn't learn. Like, she doesn't adapt or evolve ever at all. It's unbelievable. Like,
I think about it. Yeah.
So like one of the things is, so her suit is running out of oxygen, so she has like 6% oxygen left, and she's like flying out into space, and George Clooney's having a hard time finding her, but he's still in like radio communication with her. So he's like, all right. She's like, I'm running out of oxygen. He goes, okay. He's like, I need you to like calm your breathing down because you're burning oxygen. You got to like, breathe slower and not waste the oxygen.
Yeah.
This was mentioned about 8 times through the movie, and through the whole movie, she never once was able to control her breathing, which was frustrating for me. I'm just like, don't you hear what he's saying? Like, why is it even in the movie she's not going to do it? The whole time she's just like,
yeah.
So there's this trick that they use in Hollywood in movies. So like how you control your breathing creates tension in your audience.
Yeah.
So if you breathe shallow and it's on screen or whatever, like you as the audience, you start breathing shallow and it gives you the feeling of stress.
Yeah.
So they use
like
this
when
trick.
somebody yawns and everybody yawns.
Yeah.
It's a self-conscious survival tactic. I've heard that before.
Yeah, because you have mirror neurons and you kind of mirror the breathing pattern, and that creates the physical feeling of the stress. So if someone's like hyperventilating, you start going like, right, you start feeling it.
Yeah.
So I understand why they would use this trick in the movie, but they used it throughout the entire film, and it was just frustrating and distracting and annoying. It was annoying, man.
Well,
it was annoying.
Don't let women in space.
What's the moral of that story?
They can't control their emotions or their breathing.
I'm just gonna keep doing it now. Oh my god! That laugh is atrocious.
You don't know. You can be a TikTok star right now.
Let's close up shop. What are we doing, man?
You can be a TikTok star.
Why are we taking the long road?
I don't know.
And trying to create value and entertainment and context in long form when I could just do that goofball laugh.
Yes, say something halfway entertaining, then do the laugh. I promise you'll have 1 million subscribers by tomorrow. They eat that shit up, dude. They're so stupid. Oh my god,
it's such ass.
Hey, let me tell you something though. For space movies, I'm telling you this right now. Interstellar is gonna knock out your feet, dude. I mean that. You're gonna trip out. It's gonna knock out your feet.
I've been wanting to watch a good space movie, so I have Interstellar's on my list, and then The Martian.
Yeah.
Dude, I want to see The Martian, man. I really do. Because number one, I love Matt Damon. And tied for first, also, I love Ridley Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Ridley
I love
Scott.
Ridley
Dude,
Scott
he did
too,
Gladiator, which is my number one all-time favorite movie by a fucking mile.
Yes, sir.
It's such a great movie.
I like the lens flare that he always does and stuff like that.
He's just a great director, man.
He really is.
He does epic so well. You know why? Because he uses the right camera angles. He uses the right shots. Everything comes in like in a nice, good scene. It's not that smash cut bullshit.
Yep.
Just like Scorsese's good at that too.
He also did Heat and Manhunter.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude, he's great.
amazing.
He's
amazing.
great. So I can't imagine that The Martian is going to be bad no matter what.
Now here's the thing: you want to see Matt Damon kill it in space, right?
I mean, I just want to see a good space movie.
Yeah, but Matt Damon's in Interstellar too.
I know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew that.
I looked it up today, and I
Yeah.
was like, Matt Damon again. I thought I had the wrong movie because I was just looking at The Martian. I'm like,
Let me
what the
tell you
fuck?
something. His scene is the best scene in the movie. His scene,
He's so good.
you're gonna be breathing like Sandra Bullock in the Stupid Gravity. You're gonna go like, dude, you're gonna trip out. What he does is insane. And you know what, man? All right, listen, I won't spoil anything for you, but remember what he says about statistics, okay? Remember what he says about that. Survival and statistics. And then we'll quote each other tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because it's amazing. It's insane.
Okay.
It's insane.
Dude, I can't wait to see this.
And then one last story, man. We'll close.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Tucker
I'm chilling at this
Carlson, the new girl's gonna be for CEO. She's gonna be the listen. Don't counter out just yet. I think this is going to be a good move. I don't think Twitter. I think honestly, Elon Musk is too busy to be messing around with Twitter. I think it was a good investment. I think he could turn.
It was a
profit.
terrible investment.
Was it?
100%.
Is that why everybody's verified right now? The big blue check marks
Dude,
on everybody's name.
He overpaid for Twitter to the tunes of billions and billions of dollars. He did it for the whole free speech thing, as far as I'm aware. Which
And I like
hopefully that
that.
is what he did it for.
Dude, I like that.
It wasn't for investing. I'll tell you that.
To get Trump back, there's all these people. Anthony Cumia's back on. I mean, it's
Cumia.
good. Yeah.
Oh,
shit. You know who still didn't get
The
on?
great one.
Gavin McInnes is never getting his Twitter back.
Why?
Well, because he's more of a controversial figure than Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia is known for his great radio days and doing something offensive. Gavin McInnes, they paint as a straight up Nazi. Like he's a Nazi.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
It's stupid.
He's such a good guy too. Like I like the guy a lot.
But another good guy that's going. So I guess they're going to put Tucker Carlson on Twitter, which could turn the company around. Because what if people start doing like series on Twitter? Like it becomes a whole news network. It becomes a whole media
But
network.
I don't understand. Like,
Be
what do you
great.
mean they're gonna have him on Twitter? Like, I don't even get that.
I think his show. I think it's going to be held exclusively on Twitter.
He has a show that's can fit inside of 140 characters. Like, I don't even understand how Twitter works. Is there video on Twitter?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so
Dude, you
detached.
can watch movies on
I'm
Twitter
so
and stuff.
detached. I
Now-
haven't had social media until we started this show. I hadn't had social media for 8 years. None. Zero.
Posts are 140, but I think if I'm not mistaken, like obviously the verified people get more. Or whatever. Listen, I don't know how it works, but anyways. But I do know this. I knew those two are linking up. I know that they got big plans. I know that Tucker Carlson comfortably could have walked away from Fox years ago, but he liked having that medium.
Yeah, he
You
was
know what
also
I mean?
very established
Exactly.
in legacy,
He was
and I'm
fine.
sure he had a lot of money coming in. Like, it was cushy.
Hey, by the way, man, listen, it wasn't exactly my theory, but we said it here on this show. I heard like a piece of it and I agreed, and then we kind of went over it. Did you know that the firing of Tucker Carlson was because of Dominion?
You
in the
talked about
contract.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
shit.
It was
Are you
dead
serious?
on.
You nailed that.
It was dead on. But I can't.
it was part of the settlement.
I can't lie. I heard that from Gavin. He had
did you?
Yeah, but he had an idea. But I promise you, we hammered it home more. He said it's probably, but then we hammered it home. I promise you. I didn't just completely plagiarize the guy, but he did.
He mentioned it.
Yeah, and it sounded so good to me because I'm like, dude, that's the only crazy thing. Why this happens one day and suddenly you get rid of your biggest news anchor without any
Not your biggest, the biggest news anchor in the world.
And there was all these crazy theories going around, like Tucker Carlson, Rupert Murdoch's wife liked Tucker Carlson, so he didn't like him. And then there was another one that he offended him on some show.
Rumors and nonsense.
Yeah, rumors and nonsense. The only viable thing that actually made any sense, that could have been true, was Dominion was like, listen, what if we cut this percentage down a little bit and you get rid of this
The
dude?
best part is like they keep thinking that these attacks are like this like master stroke blow against these companies or whatever.
Just empowers
You're just
us.
going to make him twice as strong.
That's it.
That message is going to come out in a different fashion. That's all it is.
Now he's going to be on a web series and have no restrictions.
And loyalty.
No restriction on what he says. Think about that. That dude had to walk in there with a ball and chain every night and know that he could get away with saying a lot, but he can't say anything he wants. Now, that's no longer there.
Oh, he's going to be so
He's gonna
strong.
murder it, dude. He's
Tucker,
gonna murder it.
2024.
Exactly. Oh man, I love that dude. I really do. I really do love Tucker Carlson.
He's an interesting guy.
Yeah. You don't like him all that much, do you?
No, it's fine. I'm not a big politics guy, so I don't really follow anything. I just know of him because of culture and shit.
I used to watch him on Crossfire. He had his little stupid bow tie, and he'd be like, "Oh my god, he had the laugh."
No.
Yeah.
No.
He has a Tucker Carlson. He goes, "Oh," you know. No. He started it.
No, he started it. He was ground zero for the laugh. Sucker.
All right, well, man, that's what we got for you guys, man. Again, anybody offended by the last show, man, listen, again, come back, watch us again, check it out. We're not changing that.
Just know that
Never
won't be the last show.
Yes,
and I'm still
exactly.
reading my slavery books. I am going to talk about this in the future. And all I'm doing is reporting what I'm learning from these books. That's all I'm doing.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to be doing, man. So it's going to be very interesting. I just think that it's unfair that we don't look at the entire history and, you know, like the whole like beginnings of slavery leading up to this point, that we only basically cut off the last tip point of it and only focus on that. So if I want to have a well-rounded and balanced point of view, I want to see all the information, see the whole picture, and then look at it as a whole instead of a part.
And I don't know why that's controversial.
It's not.
It's not.
Why is it? Why? Learning about our history, the history of humanity, is controversial.
Yeah.
There's books. Read one.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Knowledge-
I'll show
knowledge
you
is
guys
power,
the books
my
I got
friend.
too. I'll show
Yeah.
you the books that I got. Do I have one of them?
Yeah, you sure do.
No, because I have two.
But you gave me one, right?
Yeah, if you guys want to see what I'm reading, if you want to actually read it as well, where'd you put it?
I didn't put it anywhere, I think. Oh, wait, hold on. I got it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, just so you know what I'm looking at here, so I'm not making shit up.
This is going to be...
Yeah, just show it to the camera. Great. Nice. Butterfingers ass bitch. Hold it up a little. Hold it still. So that's one of them. The other one is on the entire history of the world of slavery. So that book was recommended when I bought the other one, so I just got both of them at the same time. But if you're interested in reading that too, that's what it is. And yeah, I'm going to be talking about it. Curious. I'm a curious fella. I'm curious like a cat.
And I am reading Goosebumps, Beasts from the East by R.L. Stein. I don't know if you know his work, but I'd look into it.
One of the great writers
Of the 20th century.
I'm reading Dostoevsky. I'm reading Dostoevsky, man. I'm reading the Karamazov brothers. I'm reading Carl Jung's book on psychology about the subconscious, and I'm reading the two slavery books.
I'm reading right now Carrying Comfort. It's another horror, but it's kind of shit.
Billy's like, he's like, Marmaduke.
Yeah. No,
Calvin and Hobbes.
You know what I finished? I finished it. It was great.
You didn't finish it. You listened to it.
I listened to it, but I got all of it, right? I took what it is. I know the story. I know it just like as if I would have read it, but I can't, man.
But I didn't read it.
And you know what? I know how to read. I just can't read for long periods.
I know how to read.
I know how to read, damn it. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't sit there and look at the
Billy,
pages
what's that
and go,
say? What's that say right there? On
air. It obviously says on air. On here.
On ye. You can't do it.
Anna IR.
Oh, fuck. All right. Should I take us out?
Take us out, baby.
We
But
could do this
the
for the
laugh,
I'm actually in
though.
a good mood right now. We should do this. We should just keep going for like another 2 hours.
Now you're crazy.
2 more
man.
hours, bro.
Nah,
It's
man.
nothing. It's a drop in the bucket.
We had to get tanked the last time we did a nice 3-hour episode.
2 hours. That was one of the best episodes we ever did, by the way. I love that episode. Go
Honestly,
check it out, the drunk episode.
Yeah. That was
Amazing.
Do you know what's funny?
It has the Grand Theft Auto thumbnail. It's amazing.
I think that was the first time too that we really got our like bearings and you know what I mean?
That was a milestone for us. Yeah,
Yeah.
We got loose. We got comfortable on that episode.
Yeah.
We should do another one soon, though, because we kind of missed out this week. We had shit going on this week, guys.
Should we do a drug or I told you the drinking, but
I want to get you high
yeah.
on weed.
On weed.
On weed, Jon Stewart.
That's when you were like, "Oh my God, Jon Stewart's so cool!" And
He's so cool. He likes weed.
he likes weed, man.
All right, fine.
And smoking fucking pot.
I like how you do like your Bill Maher is like Lorne Michaels at the same time.
Dude, it's the same thing, dude. And Dr. Evil, like it's all the same thing.
All right, fine. You want me to take us out?
Take us out, baby.
All right, guys. This has been episode 32 of the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We'll be back in a few days. Hopefully, we provide some quality entertainment. We will see you again. Always remember, have your conversations, not their conversations. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Let's be people again. Talk to your community. Until next time, God bless and peace.
Let's hear it. Beautiful.